What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing my top picks for Wednesday's main NBA DFS slate. All right, guys. So before we get started, go ahead and drop a like for me on the video. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And as always, guys, don't forget to drop your comments below. Let me know who you love and who you hate. We have a pretty nice size slate today, and I really do value your opinion. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Draft Dashboard is my research tool of choice. If you like what you see as far as the tools, there's a 30-day trial for $1. The link is in the description of this video. Click on the link, sign up for the trial, try it out for 30 days. You got NBA, you got MLB around the corner. Alrighty, so if you like what you see, check it out. Alright, so we're going over here to our position optimizer. As you can see, we have a 7-game main slate that starts at 7:30 today, so a little bit later. All right. I think today is the last day for the trade deadline, so keep an eye out for any trade news, guys, because you sure hate to have some trades come out and then your guys are not eligible for DraftKings points. So as we can see right here, we just had a trade this morning from the Pistons between the Pistons and the Bucks, but two guys that don't really matter, Thon Maker and Stanley Johnson. All right, we got news yesterday. All right, that the Sixers will now have Tobias Harris and Boban. Look at that. And Mike Scott. That's a pretty nice pickup right there. Mike Scott got some potential. All right, so anywho, keep an eye out on the news, guys. This time of year is crazy with the trade deadline, so just keep an eye on it. All right, so at point guard, right now my favorite point guard, one of them is going to be James Harden. If you look at this game versus Sacramento, 234 under, over and under. All righty, and that game is actually on a 3-point differential. But as you can notice on this slate, guys, we got 1, 2, 3 big potential blowouts. All right, the Washington-Milwaukee game, the Phoenix-Utah game, and the San Antonio-Golden State Warrior game, which I think is going to be definitely a blowout. All right, so, yeah, it's going to be a tough game, slate to navigate, guys. If one of these games don't blow out, those guys could be a nice play. But, hey, I'm sticking with this game right here, man. Look at this, Sacramento and Houston. 236 3-point differential in Sacramento. All right, so James Harden, as you can see, last game, even with Chris Paul, 72 DraftKings points. All right, so this guy is on an amazing tear when it comes to his scoring and production. 38% usage in the last game. So James Harden is playing heavy minutes. This game is scheduled to be close or projected to be close. So at 12.6K, I got James Harden on my radar. Of course, Brian Forbes with this whole situation with all the guys sitting in San Antonio, he's projected to be the starter, which means he should get heavy minutes going up against Golden State, even though it's going to be a blowout. All right, as you can see, 4.3K. All right, we got White out, DeRozan out, and Aldridge out for rest. All right, so a lot of their big pieces out, so this is going to mean some value over there in San Antonio, but hopefully we don't get popped. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm real nervous about this, but I'm sure the field's going to have a heavy alignment of San Antonio players. So, in cash games to keep up with the field, we want to get us some San Antonio players, because if you don't have them and they go off for 40 DraftKings points and find a way to keep this game close for a good amount of time and pay off value, you're going to regret not having them. But just notice, playing pop players always makes me nervous. But Brian Forbes, I feel comfortable with. All right, so next up at shooting guard, again, we already talked about one of the guys. That would be James Harden. But I'm also like Buddy Hield going up against Houston on the other side of that game. All right, this guy takes a lot of shots, plays a lot of minutes, does a lot for this young Sacramento team. So as you can see, Houston's ranked 21st versus the shooting guard position. And so I like Buddy Hield at 6.7K on this slate. Again, should get heavy minutes. This game is projected to be close, so I'm betting on that. All right. Also, I like Mr. Chris Middleton. I want some of this Washington and Milwaukee game, even though it is one of the games projected to be blown out by 11.5 points or more. All right. But I like Middleton. Again, guy that has a pretty safe floor at 6K. Should be able to give me 35 or more DraftKings points. And so I like him on this slate with all his blowouts. And we're not sure what a lot of the games are going to do as far as if they're going to go long or if it's going to be a quick knockout. So I like Middleton on this slate. Also going down a little further, we already talked about Forbes. D. Russell, man, but he makes me nervous. But D. Russell, 8K at home going up against Denver. Again, a closer game. All right, that game is projected to be a 2-point differential with 224. Now we got a couple of game time decisions over in Denver. So we could find us some value at power forward. All right, if we get Plumlee starting again. All right, and if Murray is out, we could get some value there. But a lot of game time decisions, so keep an eye on the news. But D. Russell, I don't know why he's sticking out for me. All right, so keep him on your radar. All right, so that's my favorite guards right now, shooting guards and point guard. Now, that's not the only guys I'm going to be playing. Like, for instance, Donovan Mitchell, somebody that popped up for me, and so did Mr. Levine, but Levine is scoring dependent. But at 6.6K, going up against New Orleans, again, a high over and under game. All right, that game is projected to have a 1-point differential as well, so we could get some value there. So keep an eye out for those guys, but maybe Klay Thompson in this blowout versus San Antonio. Maybe gets a quick 35, 40 points and then sits down. Alrighty, but that game scares me, just to be honest. So next up, small forward. So for small forward, Duncic price jumped up to 9,500. But if anybody can pay it off, that guy can, man. Look at his usage of the last game, 42%. That's bananas. And he played 32 minutes and put up 62 DraftKings points. So. But man, 9K, I'm gonna have to pause for that price, man. So Rudy Gay, again, this guy, if he plays versus Golden State with all the guys that are out, this veteran is gonna probably play a decent amount of minutes, and at 5.9K, he should be able to pay off that price versus Golden State. Again, this game is projected for a 15-point blowout, but Rudy Gay should get plenty of usage and plenty of minutes at 5.9K. So Rudy Gay in my player pool. Jeff Green, guy's been consistent over the last 3 or 4 games, right? 43, 31, 43 at 5K. He's getting decent minutes. He's playing 30-plus minutes over the last 3 games and putting up 30-plus DraftKings points over the last 3 games. And so at 5K, alrighty, this guy should be able to pay off value. So I like Jeff Green. I got him in my player pool as well. All right. So next up, going to be my power forward. Not center, power forward. So at power forward, again, you're going to see some of the similar plays, but Marvin Bagley, man. Alrighty. A couple videos ago, I was like, I'm going to try out Wiley Cauley-Stein, because Bagley's shine's gonna fade away. Nope. Dude put up 50 DraftKings points, had one of his best games of his career. All right, his young career, by the way. And so Houston, with their situation, they don't have a lot of bigs available for them, and so I do like this guy. He's getting the run. He played 30-plus minutes in the last 3 games, and he's getting a matchup versus Houston, which is a middle-of-the-pack defense when it comes to the position of power forward / center. And so with Mr. Bagley, I like his chances of paying off his 5.8K salary. Again, this is one of the higher over and under games that are projected to be a close game. So at 5.8K, I like Mr. Bagley. Give me some of that. We already talked about Jeff Green. Alrighty, so keep an eye out on that Millsap news. If Millsap does not play, I'm going to give me some more of that Plumlee love. All right, going up against Brooklyn, where that's a favorable matchup for bigs. All right. Bertans, he should get a good run. The guy should play 28, 30-plus minutes with all the injuries that they have and people resting in San Antonio. But I'm going to be honest, he did not stick out to me, Bertans, but keep him in your radar again. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be on those San Antonio players. So, all right, next up, last but not least, is going to be my center spot. Oh, Lauri Markkanen, too, going up against New Orleans. Put him on your radar, too, guys. All right, so Jokic, favorite player on the slate, 10.6K, gets Brooklyn, pops it with Murray out again, and possibly with Millsap out again. A lot of injuries there. This guy's going to be a usage monster. As you can see, 35 and 34 in his last 2 games, putting up monster numbers. And so for this guy, he's an easy play for me at 10.6K. All right. But I believe they're on the road, right? Yeah, they're on the road in Brooklyn. So next up, I got Mr. Bagley. We already talked about Jahlil Okafor against Chicago. But we could see return. What's his name? I'm having a brain fart right now, guys. Where is he at? Right here. Mr. Randall. He's a game time decision. So he could be some. Oh, Anthony Davis is a game time decision too. Okay. We'll just keep an eye out for that news. But as of right now, Joker is my favorite play as far as center goes. Again, Plumlee, keep an eye out for him. If he gets extended role, Millsap being out, definitely like him. Mr. Brook Lopez, he shat on me last game, put up 22 DraftKings points, so I'm going to go back there. He owes me. So if you look at Brook Lopez going up against Washington has scored 39 and 32 in the last 2 games, so I'm going to lean on that one. Yeah, he's coming off a snowflake game where he put up 22 DraftKings points, but I'm interested in him at 5.5K. He only played 21 minutes. Oof. But that game is predicted to be a blowout. Take that back. Come up off of that, boy. So that's all my plays for right now, guys. I'm going to be honest, man. This slate makes me super nervous. Again, a lot of blowouts on this slate. So I would pick the games that you feel like are going to be close and spend most of your money on those games and then look for value in those blowout games. That's going to be my technique. So here you go. Here's my favorite plays at the moment. I got Brian Forbes at my point guard, Rudy Gay as my small forward, Bertans reluctantly at my power forward. That could change if Plumlee plays. I'm going to take out Bertans. Nikola Jokic, again, averaging 72 DraftKings points versus this team. All right, Brooklyn, he owns. And then Mr. Bagley going up against Houston. And this guy's coming off a 55-point game, 33-37. So at 5.8K, playing 30-plus minutes, getting double-doubles should be a good play at home versus Houston. And so those are my favorite plays at the moment, guys. That leaves you $6,433 for your last 3 spots. So at UT, if you want to buy another high-dollar player, say, for instance, Mr. Antetokounmpo, that leaves you $3,900. You should be able to find some value, some of those blowout games. Or if you want to go with Doncic, that leaves you $4,900 for the last 2 spots. So that gives you some options. So go ahead and check it out, guys. So good luck on today's slate, guys. And as always, appreciate you. Don't forget to like the video for me. That really helps out the channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you can get daily NBA heat. And as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know who you love and who you hate. Again, a pretty pothole-filled slate today. But with your help, we can go ahead and navigate through it. So drop your comments below, guys. So peace, good luck, and I'll holler at you guys tomorrow.